Bum 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 bum.
Tomatoes?
Hello, welcome to video 4. What is the material parameter collection? The material parameter collection is an object or an item inside of Unreal Engine 4 that allows us to basically have a parameter inside of it that you can use across multiple materials, and it will allow you to control that one parameter and have it affect more than one material at the same time. As an example, let me pull up this material here, and I have 3 test materials, material 1, 2, and 3. 1 is pretty simple, and it's got a little glow amount here that I can adjust for the parameter. So if I adjust this to, let's say, 100, it's going to glow very red, and if I change it back to 1, it'll be normal. Now the second one is slightly different. I just have a few more parameters in here, and my third one has got a normal map, but they all share the glow amount. And inside of my level, I have all 3 of them here. Now if I wanted to adjust the glow amount normally, I would create an instance of each of these, and then I would adjust that instance individually inside of a blueprint. So I'd get the material instance on this one and adjust it, and the same for this one. And then I would adjust the parameter individually. Well, the material parameter collection lets me not do that. It lets me adjust them all at once. So here's how it works. If you go into your blueprints and actually go to the materials section, here we go, materials and textures, you'll find material parameter collection. What it's going to create is this, and I've named mine generic MPC. When you open it up, it's pretty simple. You have a spot for scalar parameters. Remember, those are single values or float, and vector parameters. If you click the plus, it'll add a member for it. You can get access to the default values. It's an RGBA or XYZW, so 4 values. You can use 1, 2, 3, or 4. It's up to you. It's just a variable. And then a name for it. What we're going to do is create a scalar parameter. We're going to go ahead and name this the glow value. And we're going to set its default to 1. What this is going to do is inside my generic MPC, material parameter collection, I now have a value with the name of glow value that I can use to assign to materials, and it will adjust them all at once when I adjust it inside of here. So if I go back to each of my materials, let's go and remove the parameter I've created. We'll type in collection, and you'll find collection parameter. What this does is allows you to select in your details panel the collection you want assigned to it. So I'm going to choose my generic MPC. This gives you a drop-down list of any values. We'll choose glow value, and then we'll simply plug it in. I'm going to copy this and go over to my other ones, and delete and paste, plug in, and then go back to this one, delete and paste, and plug in. Now I've updated all my materials with this one collection parameter. Inside of my map, I simply have the E key set up so when I press it, something's going to happen. We'll make it really simple. How you access the parameter collections is by setting or getting the scalar or vector value. So if we were to get, well, let's just type in scalar parameter and spell it properly. You're going to find the get scalar parameter and the set scalar parameter. And these are pretty simple. It's going to ask you for the collection. You'll get a list of your collections. We'll choose the generic MPC. Now you'll get access to the parameter name based on the collection. We'll choose glow value. See if we do the same thing up here. You'll get the same thing. And then your get is a getter node. It's going to return back the value, float or vector if it's a vector. Or if it's set in our case, what we're going to do is we're going to set the scalar value to a high number. I'm going to go and set this to 100 because 100 works really well for my example. And what we're going to do is copy this, paste it. We'll set this back to 1 when we release. If we run this and we hold down the E key, you're going to see everything glowing. And if we let go, it's going to go back to not glowing. Now, this should be affecting all three of them, but you may have noticed something that was slightly different. I didn't really save and compile all three of them. This one I applied, which is my blue one, and when I ran it, you saw it was affected. And as you can see, hold down E, glow value is now changed. Let go of E, glow value is different. These other ones, because I didn't apply and let it recompile, you didn't see the change. So you need to keep that in mind. Even though it may look like nothing happened, always make sure you apply and save your materials to make sure they recompile. Now if we go back into our map and run it and hit E, you'll notice an extremely bright, annoying light. But you'll notice all three of them are changing. All three of them are changing from something completely separate than the material itself, and I'm not actually touching the material. At no point am I creating a reference to these materials, or am I even creating a dynamic material instance to adjust it. I'm simply getting access to my material parameter collection and changing a value inside of it. That material parameter collection is then aggregating down to anything that uses it with this collection parameter value, and we're done. On and off, annoying, less annoying. So that is what our material parameter collection is for. It allows us to consolidate often used or maybe what you would call duplicated parameters across multiple materials, and allows you to put them into one place where you can adjust them easily. A good example of this is a saturation value. There is inside of here the desaturate node, and this allows you to adjust the saturation value of a node. If you put the fraction in here into a material parameter collection, and then you use this saturation node on a base material or on all of your materials, for example, you can easily change the entire saturation of your entire project all at once. And it's useful for maybe changing the brightness of everything. Maybe you want a glow parameter like I've set up here among multiple different things. It's useful just to consolidate duplication and allow changes across multiple materials at the same time.